internet programming, we going to see about exception handling mechanism. Our team members are Daisy, Priyanka, Raijal, Cinderella. Definition for exception handling. An exception is an event which occurs during the execution of a program. It disrupts the normal flow of a program. There are two types of exception. They are user-defined exception, predefined exception. In user-defined exception are defined by the user. Predefined exception are already defined. A few scenario takes place in predefined exception. They are arithmetic exception, array index out of bound exception.
Let's see some examples. Arithmetic exception. In arithmetic exception, if you want to divide a number by 0, which leads to the answer called as infinity, these type of computational errors happen. This will not be acceptable, so that this comes under the category called as arithmetic exception. A is equal to 10, B is equal to 0, C is equal to A divided by B. That is 10 divided by 0, which leads to the answer infinity. Now this category of exception you call it as arithmetic exception. Next will be array index out of bounds exception. We are initializing the array to be as the array size is 5, and in the 6th array location we are inserting the value or initializing the value as 90, which is not possible because the array size that has been defined is 5. So this leads to out of bound exception, and the exception name is array index out of bounds exception.
There are 5 keywords used in exception handling. They are try, catch, throw, throws, finally. In try block, it is used to check a particular condition. In catch, if there is any exception, it enters into the catch block. Throw, it is used to create an exception. Throws, it is used to call an exception. Finally is an optional usage. Now we enter into the program. This one is an example for predefined exception. Predefined exception, it will be already defined. Class is followed by class name. Exception demo, it will be same as the file name. Now we enter into the main program. Now we initialize 3 variables A, B, C. Assign A equal to 10, B equal to 0, and C is used to print the value. 5 is assigned to the array size. Now we enter into the try block. Try is used to check a particular condition. Now we initialize 19th value to the 6th position. It will say as an array index out of bound exception because we created as an 5th position in the array size. So it will create an array index out of bound exception. Now we will enter into the try block. C equal to A by B. It will divide the value of 10 by 0, which leads to infinity. Then we will enter into the catch block and shows an arithmetic exception. Finally, we will go to a finally part. It will create an end of exception. Output for this program is arithmetic exception, try again, array index out of bound exception.
As we previously saw the predefined exceptions, now we will be moving on to the next type of exception, that is user-defined exception. Okay, the class is followed by the class name insufficient fund. Now why do we use the keyword extends exception is because all the base class of your exception will be stored in this particular keyword extends exception. It is highly mandatory that you have to use this particular keyword because these are user defined. Now the entire concept about the program that we are going to do here is it's just a basic concept like transaction. In transaction, what do we do is we either deposit or we withdraw. Deposit in sense to the existing amount the value is being added, the amount is being added, that is deposition. Withdrawal is to my amount, to the existing amount I am withdrawing, I am detecting the money, so this must be shown. Now the program here, what does insufficient fund mean is when I am withdrawing the money from my balance, if the amount that I am withdrawing is greater than my balance, then it should say insufficient fund. We will be illustrating with an example over here. Before that, public double error amount, this particular variable can be used for this class. Now public insufficient fund double error amount is the parameter passed here, and this is a parameter constructor. We are using the keyword this is because we are initializing the variable error amount here and error amount here. So in case if you want to use a particular variable again in this program, you can use the keyword this. Public string error is another method that we are using here. Now this will return insufficient fund, this message along with the error amount, how much amount is needed that you are insufficient of. Now class transaction is where the computation part take place. Okay, public double balance, because only to the balance you are going to add the amount, you are going to subtract the amount. Now public void deposit double amount. Now balance plus is equal to amount. This can also be written as balance is equal to balance plus amount. System dot output out dot println is the output statement here. The balance amount is. Public void withdraw double amount throws insufficient fund. As mentioned earlier, throws will be used to call a particular exception. So this throws insufficient fund will be throwing this exception. Now using the if statement, we are going to check for few conditions here. If the amount is lesser than the balance, then my balance minus is equal to balance amount. This can also be written as balance is equal to balance minus amount. Okay, next one is a system.out.println take cash. You can withdraw and you can take cash here. Now else, the other part is if my amount is greater than my balance, that is impossible to happen. In sense that only is going to throw an exception here. So we are creating a new variable called as need. So amount minus balance will be stored in the need, and throw is used to create an exception, new insufficient fund need. Now we are entering into the main class here. Class user exception demo. Public static void main string args. Now transaction t is the object used here, is equal to new transaction. In try we are going to check for conditions here. Now t dot, that is the object dot deposit. I am depositing 10,000 here. For example, I am depositing 10,000. And t dot withdraw, I am withdrawing 5,000. Now is there any error here? Actually there is no error here, because you are going to deposit 10,000 and withdraw 5,000. So there is no error. This will directly lead to this particular output. The deposit is equal to 10,000, withdraw is equal to 5,000. Now if so there is any exception here, it will enter into the catch block. We are giving a name insufficient fund with an object here, system.out.println, and it's going to throw an error here. Finally is as it mentioned before, it is optimal usage, and we are giving a message transaction complete. Now I have given the deposit to be as 10,000 and withdraw to be 5,000, so transaction is completed. Now I'm going to introduce this. Now I'm depositing 1,000 here and I'm going to withdraw 5,000, which is not possible. So I'm depositing 1,000 and my withdraw is 5,000. It is going to display the answer as insufficient fund is the message, and what the error amount will be 4,000. That's all about exception handling, and thank you.